Hello, I'm Maureen. I am the name behind Toraki and I am the art director of Archaic Gathering, and I'm going to introduce you to our gallery that we've done for the 3rd year now, and I'm pretty proud of it. So if you want to follow me, I'm going to show you some things. So for the 3rd year we have gone from 7 artists to 35 artists within one tent, and I'm pretty proud because it's like a beautiful mix, like different mediums and different textures and shapes, and I was really wanting to celebrate all creativity under one roof, and it's been like an absolute pleasure to get to collaborate with so many talented artists, and I really hope you're going to enjoy the tour. I'm going to be introducing you very briefly to the kind of art we have in here this year, but my aim is to really encourage every creative person to express themselves and not be shy to be seen by a public, and especially the family of Archaic Gathering is super receptive for art, so come with me and let's have a squeeze. So we got a lot of like first time artists, especially Sunny for example. He's just been putting his art for the first time in the gallery, and it's been absolutely beautiful to see him like creating for the event and getting out of his comfort zone, so I'm really proud of him. Shout out to Sunny for sure. I wanted to have as many crafts as possible as well, because for me art is not just about the sculpting and the painting aspect, it's also anything that our brains and hands creates really. So having my craft people was very important. We got some leathersmiths, we got some people doing needle felting, crochet, macrame, like really a lot of different knowledges and ways of arting, so have a squeeze in that one. Gustavo also came for the first time. It's absolutely stunning color work. I'm in love with it. I'm so grateful that he made it for the first time at Archaic, so thank you Gustavo, for you. And my good friend Sylvester came with his leather work as well for the first time, so it's a lot of first timers this year as well as like other artists that contributed with the galleries in the previous years, so I'm really excited to have like newcomers. Always a bit of merch, so you guys can always bring a little token of color in your pockets back home. Special, all the needle felting art. Fortunately a lot got sold, so you guys won't have all the full hooray, but this is still something. We had also this year the presence of Dolly and Cody and his dad's art as well in the gallery. Beautiful, absolutely stunning, juicy, nurturing indigenous art. I am so blessed to have you guys on board, and I really want to collaborate and extend this gallery a little bit further, for bringing a bit more culture in here, and like I really hope next year guys we can do something wonderful together. For the first time we got indigenous art in here, and look at this, look how pretty, look how precious. And it's a whole family. We got son, mother and dad on one wall, but let me tell you, I want more room next year. More. My good friend Mim, my 2IC, my beautiful woman that without her nothing of this happens, so please let's just stop for Mim for 1 second. Her photo work is beautiful, and I'm just seeing her growing through her art and her practice by just putting events like this together. So for the first time we got Rosie as well that joined the crew. Rambling Rosie, she came for a mural too, so thank you so much for coming all the way from Victoria to Archaic Gathering. It's very special to see how far we're reaching out people. We had a lot of crew members that were extremely talented and never told me so before the gallery opened, and they just like brought all their art. So Ayla did beautiful wood burning pieces, and then check this out. I don't know if you saw the stage guys already, but this little dragon got made before the stage got done, and it's the same. They're brothers. That's pretty cute. I love it. This is Bella's work, crochet work. So this is also very important for me to not just stop myself to like typical ways of arting and crochet art. My girls are on fire with the needle, so it needs to be, you know, shown in the gallery and not just on the shelf or in the shop. So I'm super proud of you girls. Yes. A lot of abstract art as well. I don't want to just curate something that is uniform. I like textures, I like diversity, I like ways of expressing ourselves, and Abdu's work has been really beautiful, and I'm really appreciative for the new pieces. A lot of artists came with like new originals, so that's also something that I really want to encourage, to get people into creating and to exploring and into knowing that Archaic Gathering is a meeting that every year will celebrate their creations, and seeing fresh canvases is always amazing. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. Tennessee, that's been here since the beginning, and this year she could be here in flesh, which was wonderful, and people love also like talking with artists, and it's been really nice to see like people that bought their pieces coming and finally meeting her. So I'm very happy to have Tennessee on board again. And check this out, let's go this way, shall we? Turn the light off. Let's plug it back on. Ta-da! Some artists are already leaving, but we had a secret room this year, and that was the UV room, and many people only figured it out on Sunday afternoon, but I think that's part of the magic, to create spaces that are super interactive and that people want to explore a bit differently. And like having a little secret room was something I was talking about last year to many people, and I was like, oh, should I there, should I not? And I was like, oh, fuck it, let's just put a little secret passage and see what happened. And I'm beyond excited. It's definitely gonna happen again. More like twists and turns, and making this gallery a little bit quirky and a little bit more playful. And I think the interactions with art, for especially not such a big crowd this weekend, has been beyond my expectations and every artist's expectations. So having little spaces, little gems, little token like this, it's very special, and I love it. So this is our UV room. We got Sydney that's been here for a very long time as well, and Amelie that came up, and Corey that brought all these art. Some artists are gone. Benny was doing beautiful talismans, and I've got my little fairies always ready to mischief. They're everywhere. I'm creating an army, watch out guys. And we also have Swan Dog, Cloudland Creations. Has been an absolutely wonderful crew member, and from the get-go I told him, bro, bring your art in there, and then he's been expanding, and this year he's done his first mural for us as well as being an absolute legend on the shade cell work. And check out his art, is amazing. We've got so much details and geometry, and it's like very different from people. A lot of his metal work is here as well, and I'm super proud. It feels very special when friends want to trust you and just like jump on board and be like, oh yeah, should I come to the gallery with you? And I'm like, fucking oath you should. Let's celebrate your weird brains. Your weird brains. Saul has been here for the first time this year as well. Brad is already gone, but Saul has been an incredible artist over the weekend, and he's just been like spoiling all of us with his art on faces and on the landscape. I've been super grateful to meet him, so thank you. First timer in the gallery as well, Gav, with incredible woodwork. I mean, did you ever saw someone doing sculptures like this? I don't, so I'm so excited. Look at this. Shadow's textures, it's insane. It's insane. So many talented people, stop it. Corinne has been on board as well, Cody's partner, so thank you Corinne for taking that little leap and then trusting us to put your art in there. I really appreciate that, thank you so much. Our absolutely internationally recognized grandmas with gifts of rocks, guys. Some artists never stop. Did some crochet, she killed it. There's not much to see left, but guys, check this out. I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's perfect, it's beautiful. Oh, she's standing. Orana has been here for the first time as well. So is Floodles and Bermude Stan, amazing work. He's been here for a few weeks and just like painting a beautiful mural for the first time, so super proud of you and thank you for joining. Guma was here as well. That's pretty much it, but I'm going to show you a little bit of my work as well. And like, I know Archaic has a lot of mischief, and you guys can probably see those little creatures in our posters, in our communication. They all came from the Doofland, my little moon people, and I got some little special ones in jars, so let me show you. Let's go this way. They are curious, they are playful, they love doofing, they love festivals and gatherings, and they make sure people have a great time all the time. So if you see those little guys in the world, make sure to play with them, they'll give it back to you, and they are so cute. So I've been creative since I'm born, I'm pretty sure. My parents tend to say so, and after doing 5 years of master degree studies, I ended up traveling the world, and that's when I started like kind of stumbling upon the doof scene, the festival scene. But where it really all started for me in that way, it's Rainbow Serpent 2018. I got the opportunity to do my first installation there, and Benny from Mushroom Buddy just saw my work and straight away offered me to do stage design for him the next year, and I was like, holy crap, what's going on here? And a few months later I was on that beautiful property meeting my first true family members that, you know, I chose from my heart, and got to design one of the biggest art pieces I've ever done in my life. She was like 9 per 30 meter long, and just seeing how much people enjoy like big art like this and can change the whole vibe of a party just by offering a playground that is like so exciting and colorful and different and playful. It's been absolutely magical to work really hard. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work that I put into my stages, but to be able to give to so many people at once and just seeing like massive smiles on the faces and just lifted hearts on the dance floor has been my fuel through all those years. And I can't even count how many stages I've done over the years in Australia, but this is the country where it all started and where my work is very well received and encouraged, and I feel very humbled and honored to be asked to create for events, and especially Archaic Gathering is also my baby in a sense that Dan and Matt are putting this party together, but I'm bringing the colors to it, and I've got their full trust, which sometimes can be very stressful because they're just like, you do you, like you do whatever, we trust you, we love your work. But I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do this year? And I just take a deep breath and remember that I have to have my fun as well when I create, and that's how we end up with like so many art pieces in here, because I'm very prolific and I can't stop, and we like keeping art. So we're turning this event into somewhere where I get to really explore different colors, different themes, and definitely want to put the emphasis about like water theme, pirates, ocean creatures. The boys are the happiest on the ocean, and I think living near Airlie Beach has been like really pushing us to not, I would say, naturally develop an identity. I think that's my part, that's my role through my art, but like having a flavor, like every party is different, and I want people to know not what to expect but how to feel received and know a little bit the flavor of the playground they're gonna be invited to play in. So definitely water theme this year, and behind me is the Nautilus stage. So this stage is a bit of a funny story. Half of it has been done for another festival called Island Vibe, the big central piece, Nautilus, and I really wanted to give a little bit more than just something that I have done for another event, and I just created those two beautiful water pixies, and it was so nice to keep adding to something that I've done for another event, another context. I still had some water vibes as well into them, but just like bring more colors and storytelling through like just 2 new pieces on the side of the stage that complements really well the sound system, because the boys are just thriving on sound. So they're the sound and I'm the color, and all together we create something that is very special and very like sensorial. And yeah, I just want to make sure everyone is a bit spoiled in that way. So this is our second stage, which could look like a main stage, but we're just like, we're spoiling. I told you that already, so yeah. So Archaic is also like, for me, an amazing opportunity to let people be creative. And I think beyond the stage design, it's important to have attention to details. And every corner of this party, especially this year, we changed site. This is the first time we are opening Archaic on this land, and it's been very special. Thank you to Les and Polly, thank you for having us. But when we arrived, the first time I saw the site, I was like, okay, this is the stage 1, this is the stage 2, this is the gallery, this is the, you know, the big logistical things. But look at all those little nooks and crannies where I can just like let people create little ambience. And it's not me to live in those spaces, it's the people that come and gather and celebrate with us. And over the whole weekend we had like probably 6 site spaces, a little bit scattered around the site. And this is a crochet space, for example, and it was so wonderful to witness like people just interacting with it and like bringing it to life, and seeing also the decor crew that's been absolutely smashing it, like beyond my expectations. I gave ideas, rough ideas, mood boards and boxes full of treasures and trinkets, and I turn around and then voila, that's what they do. And I'm like, are you for real, guys? This is wonderful, you know, like all the little pieces that we do, like all the little details, making these little vines, guys, come on, like stop it. It's just so amazing to have this chance to put some hours, because we're speaking days and weeks of work, and put it together, and all of a sudden this is a whole new little world. And every corner you go, you'll be like, oh, this is a different flavor. Like, I don't know if you saw the pink bus, but that was a vibe. Our little witches space was wonderful. Crochet space, our blue water theme with like cut out shadow pieces in there, and the boho space. And it's been just wonderful to collaborate with creatures that I knew from before, or also a new family member, and they were just all like really frothing, being like on the sewing machine, and it was very buzzing. I hope you guys one day get to see a little bit more of the setup of the event, because for me that's the best part. That's where you get to camp with amazing creative people and creating some sort of madness that nobody knows exactly what it's going to look like before the D-Day, but all of a sudden we turn around and we did it. We put all the goodness together. So the decor has been absolutely my most joyful place for this event, because we got to give a lot more than just stage design, and allow people to, wherever they look around, just be inspired and feel held and feel like, cool, they got us actually. Like, you know, we're not getting lost in the middle of a paddock and have nothing to just look at or be in. And it's just been wonderful to see those spaces activated over the weekend. So thank you for bringing a little bit more color to what was already very colorful. Thank you guys, I really appreciate that. So I came from not a long way, because I'm a pretty fast learner, but the first time I got to do a stage for Mushroom Valley 2018, that's pretty much the first time I got my hands on cans and got taught to use them properly. So Trav, Dr. Apple, just like came casually, showed me the nozzles. He was like, yeah, you can do things like here, like, you know, just take the colors, have fun, here are some effects and stuff. And it's been very addictive, even though very painful, because spray can really demanding a different type of muscle usage than other practices I've been doing so far. So it was a little bit of a learning curve into getting stronger in my hands. But from doing a massive stage in around 2 to 3 weeks now, I can really play a bit faster, because I got to practice a lot more. And a stage like this, like the croc skip for Archaic 25, I probably took like a week altogether to do it. So that's not counting the sketching process, which sometimes can be a long birth. This one was very long for me to get to sketch, because I suppose wanting to do water theme every year can be redundant sometimes, and I thought that I wanted to explore something a little bit different. So despite the ideas of this being a dragon, in my head and heart it's always been a crocodile herding a treasure at the bottom of the ocean. And because we're also in Queensland, I wanted to bring that like fierce and playful creature to life, because crocodiles are absolutely majestic creatures and they're very fun to work with and play, and for it to turn into a stage was becoming a whole other world in which I had to dive deep. And for like a whole week I did actually that stage very different from usually I would trace my stages and paint and then cut it and assemble it, but this time we had some issues with the paint order, so I was like, well, we only have 2 weeks, don't we, so I need to bounce back. And I did actually sketch the stage, cut it first, and then painted it within the shape I've cut it, hoping it will work, and just got to put the colors together. And magically, with the building team here that is absolutely phenomenal, you boys are so patient with me, and it's a lot of shits and giggle for a little bit on the left, a little bit onto the right, and it's just like seeing her coming to life one scale at a time was absolutely great to witness, especially with the stress of creating something 2D on your tablet, because I work on Procreate most of the time on my iPad. That's how I get to sketch and work with the layers and the textures. It makes my work so much faster and easier to talk to with the people I'm collaborating with, and to finally got your hands into the paint, like rolling the boards and cutting all the shape with the jigsaw. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, but I love pushing through and like really indulging into the birthing of the stage, like full commitment. And yeah, this took pretty much a week to just come together, and it's very special to be able to create in a fairly fast pace, because it makes me want to always do more, even though I need to slow down, I know that, but also I'm good at what I'm doing, and I'm very happy when I've got paints on my fingers and like dirty pens, and just being absolutely in my space and in my zone, and just seeing the smiles at the end on the dance floor. And I'm like, that every single drop of sweat, every single tear that I could have shed doing this because of the pain and the stress and everything is so worth it. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about my job as a stage designer as well. Like, I do so many other things, but stage design has my heart, because it can really satisfy and feed and inspire a whole crowd. And being able to inspire Archaic Gathering family and crowd and dance floor has been absolutely blissful and such an honor. And the reception, like how my work is received, is wonderful. Thank you guys so much for just letting me do what I'm good at, and letting me do it in the best possible ways where I've got complete freedom. And the colors this year definitely got a lot of us hearts, and like probably because we're all from the 90s, a lot of our crew is from the 90s, it was like a little bit, I don't know, remembrance of the good old times, or just that color scheme was very comforting, and matching our cells that got redone again this year. And I'm just like so happy to see everything coming together, not just the stage, and separated with the lights, separated with the sound, separated with everything that's around. It's just all togetherness that makes this an absolute candy for the eyes and the heart. So here we are, the Croc Skip, guys. It's pretty special. I hope to put it up next year again for another place of the festival, so you'll get to see it again still for sure. I think also a good creative input that the boys are giving me, because they give me a lot of freedom, but I need a little something every year. I guess it's a color scheme that they want me to work around. So this year's Archaic is very like teal and purple and very underwatery, but very rich and generous. And over the last few years I got to work more into the warm tones, which is not counterintuitive, but for like a water-based kind of inspiration. It was challenging but also very fun and very different. So this year the request was to match the colors of the posters we done with the stage, and that's also an extra clue for me to follow, or like keep pulling on that thread until I get to the final project. So yeah, the colors this year have been very tasteful. I my favorite color palette is definitely in the teals and the purple and the bright, beautiful pink, a little bit of oranges, like very, very 90s colors. But I guess it's my Toraki color palette in a way that I always change in terms of balance of each colors. But the beauty of having a stage, matching the poster, matching the canopy, matching a lot of the art around was like really to create a little world. And I think it's like very nice to be able to create through that channel, on having like the hints is in the poster and everything unravel from there pretty much, because that's what we get to create first. I'm probably gonna sketch the Archaic 2026 very soon, probably in my trips to Europe. So I already know before you guys like what's the vibe, what's the atmosphere for the party coming. So yeah, I guess that was a good hint, guys. Thank you for the color suggestion. I really appreciate. I also want to end a debate on how to pronounce my artist name. It is not Toraki, it's Toraki, and everyone is asking me where is that name coming from. I can answer that question, but I don't think it's a name that I searched for. It's a name that got given to me by a partner at the time in New Zealand. We went for a journey, and halfway through the hike I got called Toraki by him, and it was very playful and just very unexpected and not really thought about that much. But then later on, I can't remember if it was for Mushroom Valley or my first art piece I've done for Rainbow Serpent, but I chose to not sign with my like birth name anymore and use Toraki as my artist alias, because it's nice to be able to separate yourself from the person you are on everyday life to the creative entity that you're becoming when you're doing art. And over the years I've definitely started creating a wonder of Toraki Land, and I got a few comments this weekend which was adorable about like Toraki Land is wonderful, and it's a lot of my art around for sure, and also a lot of my art on people's bodies, because I also get to be a hand poke tattoo artist, and I've been doing that for over 7 years, if not 8 now, and it's been my absolute pleasure and honor to also give on the one-on-one scale to people's stories, I guess. And tattooing has also found me in that same time of me traveling in New Zealand and finding got given my name Toraki. So it's all together, it's all part of the same creative beast that I can be sometimes, and I'm very grateful to have so much trust from the doof community and my clients. It's been an absolute pleasure and bliss to just create pieces on people's body, and I don't know, it's weird but it's wonderful, and I love the weird and the wonderful of life I suppose.